How can we tell if it's recording?
I
It's
see
recording.
recording on
recording
10.
now. It's recording.
We are recording, so it's time to quit looking like a doofus and actually look like we know what we're doing. So let's do it.
Hey, I don't think we should allow people on in tank tops when it's cold for the rest of us. Didn't we have a dress code? No summer weather attire?
That might be a halter top.
He can't talk because you moved him.
I'm relaxing, and as you would be very proud of me, I've been prospecting today, so
Good job.
I can show up in my beater. It's called a white beater. So,
Awesome.
Well, if you can prospect in that wife beater, you can prospect in anything.
as a matter
That's
of fact,
fantastic.
I did.
Good.
Did you get any contact info?
There are neighbors here, so I'm knocking on their door tomorrow, and we're going for a meeting at 7:00.
Great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good. Okay, well, let's get started. I thought I muted, but I apparently did not. Let me see here.
We can mute on our end, Royce, I think.
Okay, why doesn't everybody go ahead and mute? And,
Like mute myself, not you.
well, you can mute me if you want, but it'd be a very boring call. Mute yourself just so there's no distractions on that end. And let's do that, because I think there's probably a way to mute on this thing, but I'm not sure how. So,
We'll get one of our teenagers to show us.
yeah. And just in case, we go ahead and we went and did usually we do these Zoom calls and we just start the Zoom call right when we're going to do it, but we booked it ahead of time. And so for that reason, we got on earlier than we thought we were going to be able to. So I think our time might run out sooner than later. So
Yeah, so go to the Zoom chat and copy down the backup number.
yeah.
So if we get disconnected, then you'll just go to a new Zoom. We got a second one.
Yeah, because we're going to do a training call. Right after that, we'll go straight into talking about the book. We'll do our book call right after. And the book call part will be short. So, and I see Donna Lee Fossalt is on. Donna, how are you?
She's
I don't know
there.
if she can hear me. She's here. I don't know if she can hear me. Okay. All right, so let's go and get started. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about prospecting. Okay, we're going to go through. We've started up. We're actually really excited because we started up. Darren and I did training calls a long time ago. We did them regularly, and then we had our MVPs take over, and then but we've decided that I think it'd be really good to do our training calls just with our team again. So we're starting that up twice a week.
Because we get to see all your faces. We were feeling disconnected.
Well, we were disconnected. I think this is a really good way for us to all stay connected, and then we can train on the basics and some of the really important things that we want to be connected with our team and with you guys. And so we're going to start doing these again, and I'm really excited about it. Actually, it'd be really cool. So having said that, the first probably couple months of our trainings are going to be going through the basics and getting through the basics of our business, because we're having some new builders in our team and they're wanting information on how to do certain things. But for some of us, this will be a little bit of review. But for some of us, this will also be good training on the basics of what the main things are in building the business that we build. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about today is prospecting. Okay, and that's what our training is today. So obviously, prospecting is incredibly important. It's really the first component, the main component of building a business in Arbonne, and that's whether you're prospecting somebody to share the business with, to do a party with, whoever you're sharing with. Prospecting is number one. Okay, now first things first. Prospecting is not sharing Arbonne, just in case anybody's wondering. Okay. Prospecting is setting the appointment. That's what prospecting is. It is making first contact. It is making an appointment with somebody to share Arbonne with them. Okay, so let's just make that really clear so people understand that. And I think most, if you've been in Arbonne for a while, you know that prospecting is making the appointment. Our tools are what shares Arbonne and educates people about our business opportunity. Okay, so just remember that. So prospecting is making the appointment. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things about prospecting. First of all, who can we prospect? So we obviously can prospect. We prospect really three different types of people. We prospect hot market people, warm market people, and cold market people. Hot market people are people that are very close to us. Okay, and those are people that you would you don't really need to have verbiage or anything for. You just, those are people that are going to sit down and take a look at your business because they care about you and you care about them. Okay. The second type of person we're going to prospect are warm market people. Okay. Warm market people are people that that you know them and they know you. Okay. And we have specific verbiage. We're going to go over that in a few minutes on how you talk to people that are warm market. Okay. And the third type of person we talk to is what we call a cold market person, and that's essentially somebody you do not know. And what we do is we take someone we do not know and we turn them into a warm market person, which is somebody we do know, and then we can share Arbonne with them. Okay, so so those are really the three types of people that we share Arbonne with. Okay, now, at the outset, just want to say warm market people are people that you know really well. Those are often really good people, just so you know, to share Arbonne with your upline, okay? To have your sponsor, an upline area, region, district, someone in your upline to share Arbonne with you with them. And the reason is the whole profits not respected in their hometown phenomena, okay? So in other words, those are people that they may know you, they may love you, but they've seen every mistake you've made. They may have seen you go off on some tangent doing something at some point in time. And sometimes they're people that aren't always, you know, on board with you if you say you're going to go out and turn the world upside down and make $1 million, okay? Sometimes they need secondary validation, and that secondary validation comes from your upline sponsor. So if you are doing this business and you have people that are really close to you, sometimes it's good to have someone that have an upline sponsor, an upline manager do your call with you with those hot market people, okay? Not only for training for you, and often it's good training for you because a lot of times it's hot market people, the first people that new consultants are trying to share their business with, right? So it's good to have an upline sponsor for training for them, but also to validate the opportunity to those people. So that is important to do. So, but let's get into a little bit about prospecting first of all. Remember this, guys. We are hope dealers, okay? Arbonne is a gift. These products, this opportunity is a gift. Being able to share these types of products with people and giving everyday people the opportunity to purchase premium level products, and they absolutely are. Our products are phenomenal. Premium level products with, you know, with people. I had a girl today at work. She's a shopper of mine. She orders products, and she made these protein bars. And she was saying that her husband was being so nice because he was complaining. He was saying, "Oh, honey, your bars you made were so good." And I know she has our recipe. And she said he was so nice because he was so gracious, and he used our protein shake, or he ate the bars, and they were good, healthy, but they weren't really good. And I said, well, "How can they not be good? Didn't you use my recipe?" And she goes, "Oh, no. I will not use that protein for my bars or these bars. It is way too good to drink for my shakes. I use some kind of cheaper other protein or something to make these protein bars with." And I said, "Well, just use Arbonne protein, because then your bars will be good, and so will your shakes." But my point in that is that our product is so good. It's so good for you, and it tastes so fantastic, right? And it was funny because she didn't want to waste the protein on the bars. She wanted to use them for her protein fruit smoothies. So anyhow, so when it comes to prospecting, you want to make sure that you recognize that, first of all, this is a gift, and this is a really amazing thing that we're being able to share with people. Not only the opportunity to get these products, but also the opportunity to build a business and have the opportunity, you know, for freedom. Okay. So remember, you're a hope dealer, okay? You're giving people an opportunity to get out of that 9-to-5 routine. You're giving people an opportunity to maybe double their income in the next year or so, okay? I'm a physical therapist. A lot of you know that. I just went and, I've worked hard. I got great productivity. I went and got my yearly review last week, and I got a 1.5%. Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I got a 1.5% raise. 1.5%. Now, I'm not complaining, okay? But I'm just saying, in Arbonne, I have the potential that if I work hard and, dot my I's and cross my T's, I have potential to possibly double my income this next year, not get a 1.5% merit increase, okay? And I can do that by helping lots of other people to have that same opportunity, that same potential, okay? And guys, let's face it, money brings freedom. Money gives us opportunity, gives us choices, okay? And so just remember that. This is an opportunity for people that most people don't know is out there, and a lot of them don't understand it. So when you're thinking about prospecting, think about what a gift this is to give people.
Hey, I have something to say. And I think because we don't always feel like it's a gift, right? Like we're not always in that mindset that we're really excited. If it was easy to stay excited every single day, everybody would be where they want to be right now, probably in Arbonne, because it would just come out naturally. So we could maybe give some tips on that. But I think the biggest tip is just to stay plugged in with personal growth and keep working on building your belief in the company, in the products, but not doing that instead of prospecting. So we've had people in the business or sidelines that we've known that said, well, I'm not sharing with anyone yet because I'm just working on my belief. Well, you're not in business if you're not sharing with people, right? You have to be in business. But I think the two can go hand in hand. So Royce, you could just share, because you've been doing a great job with personal growth. This year was one of our goals. And so we both increased it, but he's increased it even more. And it's just changed your natural excitement, right?
Right. I'm glad you brought that up. I love Arbonne. It's been fantastic for us. But one thing I think that anybody's in our business will experience, if you have some challenges or if you have some valleys in your business, okay, it's possible and it's easy to get discouraged, okay? You hear more no's and hear yeses, okay? If you do that and you're not also regularly engaging in personal growth and connecting with your teams and connecting with calls, if you're not regularly connecting with your local events, okay? If you don't have that, then when you do get in a valley, it's not always easy to get out, okay? And I've really been, and I've known that. That's what's crazy, is I know that. I've been in this business a long time. But sometimes you need a good kick in the butt to take your own advice. So point of that being is that I've really been engaged in the last little bit on, listening to a Gold for Gold call pretty much every day. I've been in the middle of 2 or 3 different books right now of personal growth. And the reason is I've decided that I want to get to the next level, not only in my business, but in my life. But if you are really engaged in listening Gold for Gold calls, calling in training calls, you're very involved in that, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get stoked about your business. And when you get stoked about Arbonne and the opportunities that it provides for you and your family, then guess what? Prospecting is easy. It's real easy because it's easy to go out and share with people about something you're excited about, okay? And I am really, really excited about Arbonne and where we're going with this company. And guys, remember this, Arbonne is barely getting started. I know we've been around for a while, but we really have barely got out of the gates. We're only in a few countries. We're about to open in Germany, which is the gateway to Europe. We really just barely scratch the surface of where we're going as a company. This is really, really exciting time to be in Arbonne. And so I just want to share that with you. And if you find yourself in a valley right now, if you find yourself in a place where you're like, man, I'm not that excited about Arbonne right now. I've heard some no's and life's kind of been hard. And if you're feeling that way at all, you know what? Get plugged into personal activity. Listen to some Gold for Gold calls. That's another reason we're going to do these training. We're going to start up our training calls again to get connected with our teams, okay? Because, all of us in this, if you've been in this business long enough, you know what it's like. Sometimes you go in a valley, okay? Well, you need to be connected with your team to get pulled out of that valley and get back on the mountain. And we want everybody on the mountain. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions about that, feel free to contact me. But we want to make sure that you're all very well connected, right? So let's go ahead and move on. So we talked a little bit about, the kind of the mindset of what you need and kind of, wanting to be excited about Arbonne when you're prospecting and having the underlying belief that this is a gift and this is a blessing and an opportunity for freedom for everybody you share this with, because we're hope dealers. So what do you say to people, okay? People that are hot market, you don't really need verbiage, okay? In fact, if you got somebody that's a really close, hot market person that you're really excited to share with, you can just tell them, hey, I want you to take a look at this business. And honestly, I don't care whether you like it or not. You're just going to take a look at it because you're my brother, or you're my sister, or you're my best friend, whatever the case, okay? You might even just say, hey, I know you wouldn't be interested in this, but I want you to take a look at it as a favor for me. I need some practice, brand new at this, whatever the case, okay? But with warm market people, it's really important. We encourage people to kind of write out their prospecting verbiage on paper, but there's a few really important things that you want to have in your verbiage when you share with people. The first thing is you want to, let's just overview real quick. You want to share your what, you want to share your why, you want to let them off the hook, and then ask them to take a look, okay? And then you want to get out of Dodge, and I'll tell you what that means in a minute, okay? For all of you kids or people that watched Gunsmoke when you were a kid, I loved Gunsmoke when I was a kid. I'm a little bit older than some of you. Some of you kind of dates me a little bit, but Dodge is where Gunsmoke was. That was the town, the fictional town. Anyways, I'm carrying on. So what? So what is this? You're sharing what the business is. Hi, I started a business with a great company. It's a health and wellness company from California. I'm very excited about it. It's called Arbonne. That's your what, okay? You can say it in your own words, but you're sharing with them what it is, okay? Second thing is you want to share your why you're doing this. And your why can't be something like, I wanted to make some extra money, or, some of my friends are doing it, so I thought I would too. Okay, that's not compelling at all. You need to link this to a deep found why that you have. When Dare and I started this business, guys, we started this business because things were tight for us. We really wanted to keep Dare at home to raise our kids. We didn't have a lot of money. And for us, it was important for Dare to raise our kids, but it was tough living off of one income. So this business, we started it so that Dare could stay home and we could raise our kids and not have to put them in daycare. That was our main why when we started. And you know what? That was compelling because half the people we shared this with felt the same way. They wanted to raise their kids too, and things were tight for them. So it really linked and it synced with a lot of people because they had the same feelings we did, right? So our why is, hey, we started this business, really excited about it. It's a health and wellness company in California called Arbonne. We started this business because we really want to be able to keep Dare at home to raise our kids. It was really important for us. And we think that this might be the answer to that happening and actually being able to afford to do it, right? So we shared that. And then we also share with people, and this is what I recommend, also let people know why you thought of them, okay? Eric Worre talks about if you give a person a good, genuine, okay, not blowing smoke up their skirt, but you give them a genuine compliment, it's really hard for people to say no to you, okay? And I do. I'll tell people my what, I'll share with my why, but then I'll also tell them the reason I want to share this with you, Mary, is because you are super sharp. People like you. You have influence. And I think that you'd be absolutely fantastic at this business. And so I share with people why I thought of them, what I think about, why I wanted to share that with them in particular, okay? Or I might share with them, hey, just flat out, I really like you. I think you are such a nice person. And if I can go into business with somebody, I get to choose who I do business with. You would be somebody I would choose to do business with and go to work with. So give somebody a genuine compliment, okay? So I share my what, I share my why, I give them a genuine compliment, okay? And hopefully we can find something genuine that we can compliment them about, right? And then what we do is we let them off the hook. Say, Mary, you know what? Even though I'm excited about this and I think you'd be great at this, it may not be a fit for you. And if it's not, that's okay. It's not a fit for everybody. But I'd still love to share this with you. When's a time we can get together for maybe 20, 30 minutes so I can simply share with you what we're doing and give you some products to test drive? And then I'll give them a couple times, okay? So you share your what, your why, you let them off the hook, ask them to take a look, right? Set the time, and then wait for them to give you an answer. If you give them a couple different times that might work, they'll say, well, actually at Thursday at 7 o'clock might work, or they might say, you know what, Thursdays and Tuesdays aren't good for me, but Wednesdays might be just fantastic if we met somewhere at 7 or something like that. So give them a couple times that work for you. and then let them answer and help set the appointment. Eric Worre talks about how important it is too to let the other person set the appointment, because when they actually set the appointment and they make the time, they're more likely to lock in that time with you. Okay, so those are really important. Now the next thing is getting out of Dodge. Once you've set the appointment and you say, great, let's meet at Starbucks next Tuesday at 7. Look forward to seeing you then. Okay, getting out of Dodge means this: end the conversation. Okay, end it. If you're visiting with somebody on the phone, you're calling somebody to prospect them, make that the end of your conversation. Fantastic. I'll see you next time at 7. I got to run. Talk to you then. Okay. If you're prospecting somebody at work, okay, or somebody, maybe you are at a restaurant and you go out for lunch with a friend and you decide after your lunch with your friend, you know what, I really want to share a bond with them. Don't prospect them in the middle of your dinner date. Okay. Wait till the end when you paid the check and you're walking out the door and you're saying, oh, Mary, by the way, something I wanted to run by you, blah, blah, blah. Share with them then, okay? Now, you might be wondering why. Why prospect somebody at the end, okay? This is why. When you prospect somebody, okay, you're not trying to sell them an Arbonne then. All you're doing is setting an appointment. You're making the appointment. You want your tools. You want the 45-second presentation book. You want the RE9. You want the materials to do the talking for you. You send them a video of a Discover Arbonne, you want that stuff to do the talking for you, the sharing for you, the educating for you, okay? You're not doing that right now. All you're doing is setting an appointment. If you don't wait till the end to do it, what's going to happen is they're going to start asking you questions. Oh, Arbonne, I've heard that. So, do they sell lipstick? Or is this, is this like one of those pyramid things? Or they're going to start asking you and grilling you questions, right? You don't want to answer those questions right now. You want the presentation to help answer those questions. You want the materials you send them home with to answer the questions. You don't want to answer those questions right then. You want the materials to do that, okay? If you are visiting with somebody and you do leave it to the end and they still are grilling you, say, hey, those are great questions. When we visit next Tuesday, most of those questions will all be answered. It's all in the information I'm going to share with you, okay? They ask you questions about the products. Is the product this or product that? Oh, those are great questions. When I give you those products, I can answer a lot of those questions when we meet next Tuesday. Is that cool? Great. We'll see you then. So you want to get out of Dodge. You want to leave. You want to do the prospecting, set the appointment, and then boogie. Okay? Get out of there. All right? That's really, really important. If you're on the phone, make it the last part of your conversation. Okay? If you're in person, make it the last thing you talk about before you leave. Okay? And so that's just really important when you're prospecting, okay? Now, cold market, we're actually not going to get into cold market tonight, okay? We're going to wait and do that a different time, okay? But when it comes to prospecting, don't prejudge anybody. Now, what I'm going to say, I want to preface this by just saying the rule of thumb is don't prejudge anybody when you're sharing Arbonne, because you don't know who's going to do this. And, okay, we got 10 minutes left in this call. That's perfect. You don't know who's going to do it and who's not going to do it, okay? But if you're looking for people to build a business with you, ideally you're looking for people as best you can. So if let's say you're brand new in Arbonne, you have a prospect list of 100 people, okay? And you're wanting to build a business. You want to share it with everybody because some people are going to be shoppers and some people are going to be business builders, okay? But just remember that if you're wanting to build a business, you're wanting to sponsor people that are successful, that are influential, that are go-getters, that are confident. Those are the people that you're looking to want to build and sponsor in your business, okay? Now, everybody can grow to be those kind of people through personal growth, okay? So my point is this: if you're building a business, prospect everybody, but just know that some of us maybe have people on our list that we want to share Arbonne with, but we're scared to because, oh, they're already really successful, or man, they're already doing really well. They already drive a Beamer and they're, I don't know if they'd be interested in this. Guys, just remember this. People that are successful often think outside the box and are also often looking for other opportunities and to diversify their income, okay? So when you're thinking of prospecting people, don't be scared to prospect people that are already successful, okay? those people, if they do launch a business with you, have a good chance of being successful in your business. You just have to have the courage to ask them, okay? And we got to come up with the courage to ask those people and share our business with them, okay? So that's really the main things I wanted to share about prospecting, okay? The take-home message is this. If you share your what, share your why, ask them to take a look, let them off the hook, and then get out of Dodge, okay? You're prospecting, when you're prospecting and talking to people, and all prospecting in it is, again, guys, is just asking people to take a look at your business. Ask them to take a look, and remember, you're sharing an amazing opportunity, and you're sharing something that a lot of people don't have, and that is an opportunity to have freedom, because a job does not bring freedom. Unless you're Kevin Durant, or you're Tom Brady, or you're a famous musician, most jobs don't bring freedom, okay? Even a lot of physicians and a lot of doctors that make pretty good money, they don't have freedom. They're tied to their job, and they're tied to incredible high malpractice insurance. I mean, it's not as pretty as it looks, okay? This business really is the best opportunity around. Having a network marketing direct sales business is fantastic. So, all right.
Well, and I just want to say too that with that, I love that Arbonne has the level playing field. But sometimes, like when we first started, sometimes people that were at the same, maybe had the same kind of jobs as us, or just that at the same place, they had a harder time seeing that this could work because they hadn't seen it work in us yet, and they weren't already business minded. And so I think that's kind of where you're saying, right? Like sometimes it helps to have people, they'll just get it. Whether they believe you can do it or not, they can believe they can do it because they're
right.
maybe already trying to grow in that area and already trying to look at other businesses or ways to make income.
Yes,
you want to people we shared with that they didn't really want to do this, and we drug them along. And that you can't do that with people, even though it can help them. They have to want to do it with you. So
I love something that that Cecilia Stoll shares, and she says that in this business, it really has a lot to do with your belief. If you believe you'll make it to the top, even if everybody else thinks you won't, you'll make it. You'll go there. And if you're in this business and you don't believe you'll make it to the top, but on paper and everybody else thinks you're going to make it there, you won't. It all has to do with your belief, okay? So, so personal growth, plugging into the calls. Cecilia says it's really important to make sure you're plugging into the calls, get to the events that you can get to, be around people that are like-minded, okay? Be around people that are like-minded and are after the same things that you are, freedom and and service-oriented people that are about helping other people be successful, okay? Those are the kinds of people that you want to surround yourselves with. It'll help you. So, but anyways, I think that's all we want to talk about tonight for this call. We do want to talk about the book, but I think we're going to run out of time here in a few minutes. So maybe...
Do we have a few minutes left? Does it tell you how much longer?
It told me 10 minutes about 4 or 5 minutes ago.
So we could see if we have questions till the time runs up and then go over to the other one.
That is a fantastic idea. I'm so glad I have you as my wife.
Like once a day I come up with a good one.
Well, once every other day. Today's a good day.
Okay.
That's a joke. So are we muted? Let me make sure I'm not muting anybody.
Oh yeah. Everybody's muted here. I don't think I can unmute them. You have to, or they have to.
I unmuted myself.
Okay, unmute yourself. Does anybody have any questions or any comments or ideas or thoughts? Don't be bashful. We're all friends here.
So are you going to be doing another call on cold market then?
Yes. In fact, our next call is going to be on cold market prospecting. Yeah, and we'll talk about that.
Second Monday of March, right? We're going to do second and fourth Mondays.
Yeah. Is the first and third, that's Jody's calls, right?
Jody's is the first, and then there's always the live Facebook, Discover Arbonne the third.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Plus,
that one.
we have our Tulsa DA on the 1st.
Yes, the Tulsa Discover one. Yeah, with Miranda. Okay, we're pretty excited because anybody know who the keynote speaker for GTC is this year?
Miranda
Our
Burcham.
friend Miranda Burcham. And
Miranda, yeah, I watched her video.
Yeah. It's,
I'm
it's
so excited. It's going to be, I mean, she's a really good speaker.
she's a great speaker, but she's also a great gal. And
I guess that's why, because I know her personally. So
yeah,
she really means what she's saying. So.
yeah.
And there's
she
still a
is-
few spots, right? It didn't sell out yet.
It has not sold out yet, but it's supposed to. So if you've not got your GTC ticket yet, get your GTC ticket. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a hoot.
Yeah, we'll squeeze you in somewhere. Karen's bringing an air mattress. We'll find
We'll
somewhere.
find room. Yeah, it's going to be really good. So anyways, I'm excited because it's her DAs that we're plugging into right now. And she's a good egg.
She sent out, Arbonne sent out 2 videos, part 1 and part 2 with Miranda. Just, reasons for going to GTC. 2 little part 1 and part 2 snippets
Oh, yeah,
came
I
through our
haven't seen-
emails.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I
just
haven't seen those
watched
yet.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch
Yeah, they
those.
just come in in our emails. You know, those Arbonne emails that come through?
Yeah, we must have missed those.
I don't know how I missed it. Anyways, good. Well, I'll watch those. That's fantastic. So good. Anybody else have any ideas, thoughts? Any comments about Erin's shirt? I'm just messing with you, Erin. I think your shirt looks cool. And if I was in Arizona, or if I was in Florida, I would be wearing a shirt like that too. Actually, I wouldn't fill out as good as you. I'd probably be wearing a t-shirt, but
Hot pink.
hot pink t-shirt. Right.
Yes, it's the Phytosport line, the protein, and everything, and vegan. Lots of vegan food.
Amen. That's right.
Okay.
All right.
So do we want to flip over?
Yeah, why don't we call that good? Why don't we go to the other call, and then we can talk about the book. So thank you, everybody, for calling in.
You can call and listen, even if you haven't been reading the book, right?
Yeah, if you haven't been reading the book, we're just going to visit, but we're going to be on for about 10 more minutes, probably just talking about the book. For anybody who's not familiar, right now we're reading How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Leaders Are Readers book club. And so what we're doing is we're going to tack our call with the book club onto the end of this call, twice a month. So, and we're going to run out of time in this, so that's why we're going to go to this other call and get on to
Next
that.
time we'll be more efficient with our time. So I'm going to hit end here.
Yeah, sounds good.